Today we start reading the book of Judges, and some of the more famous judges will be people like Gideon, Deborah, Samson, but really we're going to meet a whole load of leaders who God raised up at various times to lead the people of Israel. And these are the years before they have the monarchy, so Saul becomes the first king, and then David and Solomon and others after them. But this is the year just after Joshua's died, where Israel are effectively mopping up what they started. They invaded the promised land, they conquered a fair amount of it under Joshua, but then Joshua dies and they still haven't finished. So they begin trying to, again, conquer the rest of the land. And in the first chapter you have fights with the remaining Canaanites, some of which Israel win and some of which they lose. And then towards the end in chapter 2, this angel of the Lord appears to them and basically says, look, I commanded you to go and wipe out everyone living in this land. You didn't do that. Why have you disobeyed me? And what Israel did is they gave up the fight and they settled. And they were told by God, make sure that you don't make covenants and agreements with those who live in the land, because the reason behind that is they'll corrupt you effectively and you'll end up worshipping their gods, which is what Israel ended up doing. What lesson can we learn from this today? I think one thing that can be a helpful exercise is to think a little bit about, Lord, what did you say to me way back when? Maybe it was even, I don't know, a year ago, 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago even. What did you speak to me about when I first became a Christian, or that time that was really significant in my journey with you? And then I've settled. And then I've just sort of thought, do you know what, I'm just going to slightly let the dream die. It hasn't quite worked out how I thought it was going to. It hasn't quite been fulfilled in the way that I thought it might be. So I'm just going to let that settle. For me, I think there's a number of things God said to me, one of which is, Andy, I want to use you in evangelism back in the day. And over the years, as I haven't seen that in the way that I hoped, in the way that I dreamed, I've kind of just begun to settle. And just reading this passage again has woken me up to, hang on a second, I just want to settle for how it is. Someone once said that good is the enemy of great. If we settle for something just being okay, just being fine, just being good, then it never becomes all it can be. So turn to God today, rekindle some of those things you think he might have spoken to you over the years, and ask him again for that to be completely fulfilled, that we wouldn't settle for less, but we would seek more. And if you feel like, do you know what, there isn't anything that he said to me years ago, then ask him today, Lord, make some promises to me today. Show me how you want to use me in the years to come. And then I'm gonna take hold of that, and I'm gonna go for it in the light of the things that you say.